We just gonna go on here to get started.
Baseline.
Hey, uh, yeah, uh, yeah, yeah, uh, Porch Podcast, Porch Podcast, it's Porch Podcast, yo, episode 81. You know what you watching, Porch Podcast, and we still come rocking, clocking, tick tick to the talking. I ain't talking social media. Oh, it's the time, man. The time to rhyme, time to climb to the top. Influential, yeah, I'm hot. Freestyle. I got a lock. I'm a master, disaster. Keeping with the blaster, faster. I'm back to the flow. Influential but ill, suggest you don't know, Yeah, I got my brother still popping, And you know we still rocking. You know why? Why? Cause it's the Porch Podcast. Come on, well, and it's the Porch Podcast. Yeah, and it's the Porch Podcast. Come on, what? And it's the Porch Podcast. Let's go, 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 let's go. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy DJ E, Mr. Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother, man.
P original, baby.
That's it. P Original is here. This is the Porch Podcast, episode 81, and what we calling it, P?
Do right, man. Just
do right. Let's do right, man. All we want you to do is do right.
Hey, man. Enough times in our lives, man, where, things can simply go better if just do right. You know what I mean?
Do right.
It started with a conversation this week, y'all, just to let y'all know where the concept came from. Well, I was talking to E, and I said, you know how you get on the phone and you talk to somebody and you point out whatever went wrong, right? You point out the situation and you be like, listen, man, you overcharged me or you did this, that, and the third. You said you would be here by this point, whatever the case may be.
Right.
They do their research, they look into the background of it, and the first thing they say is, you know what? You're absolutely right. And for a moment, you say, okay, thanks. That's cool. Mm-hmm. But was it really too much for whoever made the mistake or had the blunder or whatever? Why they couldn't just do right?
Yeah, the first time. Yeah, the
first time. Right. I might have took off for work today because you said that it was going to be delivered today or I was going to have these people coming over here doing this work today.
Right.
And now you telling me they may not be able to get to me till next week.
Right.
And I already did what I needed to do, put my time in or took off, whatever the case may be, only to realize that at the end of the day, it was a problem because somebody didn't schedule it right or there was a scheduling conflict or whatever.
Right.
Is it too much to really, really ask a person to do right, man?
Nah, it's not. It's not. And we understand that mistakes happen. We get these things and we all understand that, but like our father used to say back in the day, I remember this one, man, like it was yesterday, and this gonna always be funny.
What's that, bro?
Walked in the 1 hour photo spot. It was a Saturday.
Okay.
About 2 in the afternoon. They didn't close till about 9. So yeah, I need these photos developed. Okay, sir, yeah, they'll be ready Tuesday. Whoa. Shit, nah, wait a minute. Hold up now. Hold up. Sign say 1 hour photo. How we get from Saturday? Y'all close tomorrow? Yo, sir, we open tomorrow. What time you open tomorrow? From 11 to 4. You close Monday? Nah, we open all day Monday. So tell me why I got to wait to Tuesday if it's the sign says 1 hour photo. That's unacceptable. I need these photos in an hour, man. I could have seen if you say, sir, we're a little backed up. Can you come get them at 4?
Right.
And it wasn't a whole bunch of them. Probably about 10 pictures. Tuesday? Nah, that shit's unacceptable. I remember that like it was yesterday. Like oh man, it said 1 hour photo. Guess what? He got them in about 45 minutes, man.
I bet he did.
Yeah, that's pop, man. You know what I mean? He got them about 45 minutes.
They broke a record. Yeah. To me, it's just the energy that go into doing right sometimes, how people act like it's more than it, like it's too much. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of times when you realize what made things go the wrong way or what made them go left,
right?
is that somebody just wanted to take a shortcut, man. They wanted to skip a part. They didn't want to do the things that that's unnecessary. That's more to it than need to be done, and this, that, and the third. Turn around, that piece be what be needed. Just like
Yeah.
if you ever putting something together, and it seldomly happens. I've heard, there is some rare occasions, but you go to put something together, and you go, oh, they sent us like 2 or 3 extra screws.
Yeah.
You didn't do something right.
Yeah. Yeah. A
You
lot
didn't
of
do
people
something
believe
right.
that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You didn't do something right because these manufacturing companies, when they making these things, they account for every screw and every piece of material that's going out because that's money.
Right. Right.
Now you wondering why it seemed like it can't last or it ain't holding up. It said it's supposed to be able to hold up to 40 pounds.
Right.
I ain't got nothing up there but 2 pictures and a laptop, and it look like it's bowing in the middle or something
Right.
like that. And you like,
That's them extra screws.
that's some extra screws, bro. That was supposed to
Right.
support something.
Yeah.
So to me, doing right kind of goes hand in hand.
We're following
with-
instructions.
We're following instructions, exactly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like that's the primary thing, right? So if you can simply just follow instructions, I think that you'll have a greater chance of success
Right.
and doing right.
Right.
Now you can be doing right and still get some wrong outcomes too. I know that sounds a little
Absolutely.
bit funny,
No,
but
absolutely.
you can.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can that's what you hear. You know what I mean? Oh, he had good intent.
Right. But
Sometimes that's a cop out, and sometimes that's real, and it just doesn't work out for everybody.
but I could tell you what that is.
What's that?
A lot of times when you keep trying to do something, and you have the wrong outcome a bunch of times, that's you just not living in purpose.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And you got to learn that. You know what I mean? What you say all the time, man? You say when the fear of
Yeah.
what you say?
When the fear of leaving is not as great as the fear of staying.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. When the desire to leave, because
Yeah.
I do say one like that too, though. When the
Yeah.
desire to leave
Yeah.
is greater than the fear to stay,
Yeah.
that's when you'll figure it all out, and that's when
Right.
it'll all come together.
Right. And
know
basically
what I'm
what you're saying is jumping out on faith. A lot of people don't jump out on faith because they don't know where they're going to take it, where it's going to take them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And a lot of
Right.
times it falls into the situation of people taking the opportunity and they end up taking a pay cut or something. You know what I mean? And what they say is, I can't afford to do this. However, we always shout out to what's the I can't think of the other podcast, but one of them was, shout out to them. They pretty much said, whenever you have bills or you dealing with debt, you always find a way to handle it because we're in survival mode. Bills is something that wants to put us in survival mode. We always find a way to survive. So basically, I could say like this: if earn your leisure is what I'm talking about. If you are forced out the job, you're going to find a way to survive. But people get opportunities and things that's thrown their way and don't want to take it because they fear they're going to fail or they don't want to deal with that pay cut. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that kind of goes with what you were saying about, I said jumping out on faith. You know what I mean? Yeah, I made a different statement you made, but that's just jumping. That's what you just said, but that's jumping out on faith.
Yeah. That's what it is.
And that's why sometimes certain things that people do don't work. It's not that they're not doing right. It's just recapping what you said. It's the fact that they're just not in line with purpose. You see what I'm saying? So It's like this. I was explaining to somebody over the week. I said, we got certain things that we have to do in life that we have to take care of. You might have a big test coming up, right? And you have to study for it, right? Whether it's for employment, whether it's for school, but it's something that's important to you. However, distractions can be things that are important to you. Like, okay, I got to go to work and work this overtime so I can pay these bills. And then I got to get rest. So now I don't have time to study. You see what I'm saying? Or I got to do this and I got to do that. That's why we've learned how to, if you notice, bro, we've been 81 episodes. Let's clap this up. 81 episodes straight. We never missed a week.
No doubt.
Never missed a week.
No
Because
doubt.
we're in purpose. When everything falls in line, you fall in purpose. Everything is in purpose. You see what I'm saying? So the whole thing of doing right is you can be doing right sometimes and it don't work because you're not in purpose. You know? Now what
I agree.
we got a broad thing about do right. The conversation, because I've been thinking about the concept all week. The conversation started like you said, like the way the show started. We want people to get stuff right the first time. But all actuality, people make mistakes. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And we're not telling you this so we can be right. Like, I know I'm right. We're telling you this because we just want it done right. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's all it is. And sometimes people just don't want to do right just for the simple fact they want to be lazy. You know?
Yeah, I mean, there's a convenience in like I said, just skipping steps and not applying yourself. And I think that more than anything else, like you said, 81 episodes in, we've already kind of proven that we're willing to be consistent. You know what I mean? And we don't do everything right. We're not perfect.
Right.
There's things that we learned along the way, got better at. There's some things that we had to kind of allow ourselves to be exposed to the degree of having people give us some kind of input and some insight on things that we didn't see. I know personally speaking, I've had multiple conversations with people where I've just kind of like asked them to be transparent, act like it's not me, and they were telling somebody else about the show and some of the things that they had seen or whatever. And you get some people that'll turn around and say, I like when you guys, do what you do. I like your, the brotherhoodness of, or that ain't even a word, but the brotherhood element of things
Yeah.
that we have. Um,
Said that. That ain't even a word. But I know what is a word before you break with you. I just want to say that. Powder is a word. Powder is a word.
Yeah.
But go ahead and get
Powder's
finished what
a
you were
word.
saying.
Right.
What you were saying.
And it's been present at least 73 episodes. So, you know what I'm saying? But no, the point in it is that we came to that realization about the whole do right thing because of an accountability situation, right? When you look at yourself and say, I know when I did right. When you do right, when you did your best, when half-tailed it, whatever. When you did all of those things. So when you on it like that, it's a little bit of a, it's not a shock when it doesn't go right.
Right.
And that voice in the back of your head is like, just do right, bro. Like,
just do right,
do
yeah.
right. You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things. So, if we can encourage anybody to do right, most of it's going to be, like I said, a situation dealing with accountability.
Right.
Then we feel like we've accomplished something. At least that's how I think we feel like.
But it's funny that you said accountability because I just want to ask a simple question to you and to people that's watching. Please, if you can, answer in the comments. How do you expect the best results for anything if you're not doing right by it? Like, how do you really expect the best results?
Right.
Like, if you know that you want to lose weight and dieting and exercise is the recommended way, and you may be dieting but not exercising, or maybe exercising and not dieting, how do you expect the best results?
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. And people really believe that. They'll sit there and say, nah, this shit don't work. Yeah, but you didn't put your all into it.
That's right.
You
ain't do right.
Seriously, I explained this to somebody today, right? So I'm like, yo, I can't grab the concept. And I get it. As simple as it is, but I just don't live by it. I can't grab the concept of how people want to come to work every day, do nothing, but get paid top dollar. Like, whenever anybody is earning money, right, bro?
Right.
Anytime a person's earning money, something is working.
I agree.
Something is working. So as we know, if you don't want to do anything but make money, what has to work? What has to work for you?
You got to work.
Right. But if you don't, like I said, again, I'm going to say this question and you get it. If you don't want to work,
right,
but you want to make money, what has to work for you? Robert Kiyosaki all the time say, your money has to work for you.
Yeah, your money got to work for you.
So something is working for you to earn. So if
Right.
you're not in that position and you got to still go to a 9 to 5 every day, how do you expect to always get paid top dollar or not expect for a job to get upset with you when you're not doing your job
Mm-hmm.
and still want to get paid top dollar? Like, you can
Right.
go out there, if people got paid off of effort,
Mm-hmm.
people will go over and beyond. See, that is something that the late, great Kobe Bryant understood.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be the best on the court because I'm going to outwork everybody off the court, in the gym.
That's right. That's right.
I'm going
That's
to
right.
outwork everybody in the gym. So, and then you have but you have certain people like an Allen Iverson who's just a natural athlete.
Right. Right.
And of course, the infinite practice. And then, I don't like to always use that for an example because if you really see the whole interview on why he mispracticed, you'll understand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about it. Yeah.
Right. But at the same time, AI wasn't in the gym as much as Kobe. We all know that. Nobody was in the gym more than Kobe.
Right.
And that's why Mamba was who he was.
Yeah.
So again, I try to understand, how could a person, I understand everybody wants something for nothing. But again, just really in life, man, what we put out in life is what we get.
That's right.
So just do right. If you signed up to do a job,
Mm-hmm.
it's like everybody nowadays at jobs try to be finessers. And even if you finessing, if you did just the minimum of what they asked for, you did your part. I'm not even telling people to go above and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, like, bruh, I told somebody this today, man, with all due respect, I'm the GOAT at everything that I do.
Mm-hmm.
And what I mean by that is this, seriously. I'm not worried about being better than this person, this person, this person. I just know every day when I do something or anything that I do, I'm doing the best, being the best me at that particular time. So that's why you're going to get different results at different times because your energy is different, your health is different, your mind state is different, all that is different. But I can live with the fact that I went in doing right.
That's what matters more than anything else.
You understand what I'm saying? So this is why we say, do right.
Just do right.
Just do right.
Yeah. Because here's the thing, though. No matter what you do, it's always going to be somebody who don't care for it. It's always going to be somebody who don't like it.
Right.
It's always going to be somebody displeased with it, right? So even if you went around and you say, well, I'm going to do everything that everybody else like,
Right.
or that's right for everybody else,
Right.
you either going to wrong yourself or you're going to wrong somebody else. That's the way it always comes out. It has nothing to do with it being, you can inadvertently do things. You can, unintentionally have things happen that, you had no idea that you were having an impact on. You know what I'm saying? You could be the person that comes to work early and the person to turn around and be like, oh, man, a memo went out and all of a sudden now they watching everybody time because jokers is floating in late. But the only people that's going to be bothered by that is the people who come in late all the time.
Right.
But because you doing right, and because that email really didn't come out because of you or the person that shows up on time, that's not for you.
Right.
That's for the person who's not doing it. So that person, they say a hit dog will holler. So if in a situation like that email comes out and you look up and you notice that all of a sudden it seems like the light is being shined on you, the first thing you do is you start looking for somebody else who's doing right and try to make them the culprit for the reason why you getting the pressure that you getting.
Right.
When it's really not no pressure. They asking you to do right. They asking you to show up to work on time.
Right.
They're not. What if it just, It's a difference. Like some people be like, yo, man, I'd rather get here when I get here and they hit my check. No, because I think you're missing the point.
Right.
They hitting that situation because they letting you know that we're not going to pay you to not be here. And in a minute, because of that and it being such an inconvenience for you to get here on time, then we'll make sure that we can hire somebody who will.
Right.
And then we won't use your services.
We don't need your services. Right.
So simply doing right alleviates so many different
It just
things.
keeps you in the clear. It just keeps you
it
in the
allows you to
clear.
be able to move so much differently. You can argue things differently. You can present yourself differently
Absolutely.
because when you do right, you got legs to stand on. When you come
Right.
in and you wrong, you don't have that same, you don't have those same legs. So when people used to make arguments like that, even when I worked with certain people, they would make arguments, and I would kind of be quiet, and then like sidebar have a conversation later, be like, "Yo, bro, they on you because of
You being late.
X, Y, and Z."
Yeah.
That's why I say the old cliche is a hit dog will holler.
Hit
Ask
dog
Peter.
will holler. Yeah.
He had to calm a lot of them down.
But it's just like my other Instagram page, you know, at the best DJE. When people look at the name and they say at the best DJE, I'm not telling everybody I'm the best DJ in the world. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is when you see me, I'm at my best every time. At the
Right,
best that I can give you every time.
right, right.
You know what I
That's real.
mean?
Yeah, that's real.
You know
That's
what I mean?
real.
Like I'm gonna tell you something crazy. People said back when I was single and I used to run wild a little bit. I used to be like, "Yo, I can only give you the hammer that I brung with me today."
Wow.
And they'd be like, "Hey, what you mean? Hey, man, it's different. It might be better next week. It might have been better last week, but I only got the one that I brung today. That's
Yeah.
it."
Well, that's just, I
And
mean,
that's the concept of what I was going with it. You know what I mean? Like that's all I meant.
yeah, I mean, being truthful.
Yeah, that
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
just what it is, and that's the difference when a person understands, and they're not trying to be cocky, they're being confident that they
Yeah.
know that they're bringing it best. It's like when your parents tell you, or whoever raised you, or whoever you looked up to you, baby, as long as you did your best. See, that stuck with me back in the day, bruh. When mom and pop used to be like, man, just go out there and do your best. And if I know I didn't, I'm not saying that I can't perform better. What I'm saying is I did my best. See, for example, Michael Jordan, the flu game against Utah.
Mm-hmm.
If Mike would have played horrible, it would have been he had the flu.
Yep.
He played great. He did that even with the flu. He the GOAT. In all actuality, he never ever said he was the GOAT or everything of that nature. We all know that, right? Because I'm really going into this too. But he never said that he was the GOAT. How people did. However, he knew that he was the GOAT that day of Michael Jordan. Like I played the best that I can play in the condition that I was, and I still outplayed people. Now,
Absolutely.
when LeBron James made the statement, that championship right there made me the greatest player of all time. I didn't think it was an issue when he said that either. Because when is a person not supposed to think highly of themselves? I just don't understand it. So if you go around and say, "No, I'm not the GOAT. Such and such is better than me," you're gonna fear. You're gonna have a reverential fear. Like, no, you can have a reverential fear for everybody. That's a form of respecting fear. Like, yo, I'm not gonna play off. I'm not gonna play. Mike play Mike too short because he gonna make me pay for it. Or, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna keep playing Randy Moss 1-on-1, knowing that he can. That's a respect. But at the same
Yeah.
time, in your mind, every play you like, I'm about to stop this motherfucker every time. That's what you're supposed to think.
Yeah. 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 I mean, that's what I said, man. That was something that hit home and stuck with you. You know what I mean? Ever since we was younger, because like you said, it was often said, by our parents and our family in general. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just go out there and do your best. You know what I'm saying? Go out there and put forth the maximum effort in the situation. That way, you don't have to feel like what could have, should have happened. If you do your best and you put out the best that you possibly have, and you come up a little bit short or you don't win or whatever the case may be like that, at least you got a basis or a foundation to work with. That's the difference in the situation. You need that, man. You need something or someone to kind of consistently encourage you, especially while you coming up as a kid because you're trying to figure out the world. And then once you become, grown, doing right has to be easier than doing wrong. I don't care what nobody say.
It's
It has to
always
be.
easier. It's always easier.
It
It's only
always has
it's
to
only
be.
hard with things. Let's say it like this. It's hard with things you have challenges with. So again, and I hate to use this, diets. You got people that suffer from drug addiction, which is not a funny thing. Even though we may joke about powder here and there, but it's not a funny thing, and it's because there's a lot of them that want to do right. Alcoholism, you know what I mean? It's people that want to do right, and they're struggling with that, and they're dealing with that, and I pray that they get it together every day. However, the people that just know that they can do better, and it's really not a challenge for them to do better, and choose not to, you're actually making it harder.
Yeah.
I just don't understand.
I mean, it's one of those things where I want to say that all of us had different upbringings and stuff, but I think there's some basic fundamental foundation things because we all went to school at some point. One of the main things that you learned very early on was how to be able to take orders and follow directions, and that was cool. But doing right and following directions don't necessarily always have to be the same thing. You should
Nah,
want to follow directions because they're laid out for a particular reason.
right.
There's a reason why B comes after A and C comes after B. That's just following the order of how things go. Doing right requires you to be able to once again, you know what I'm saying, um, be accountable for yourself.
I was about to say some bullshit, but I'm trying to be cool. Yeah, I mean,
Nah, what you was about to say, brother?
the dust hit the table next is the rolled dollar.
I don't think that you're gonna find your filter 81 episodes in now. You got rid of that filter a long time ago.
Oh my god!
Hey, but you know what? What really matters is understanding how to do right. And I'm gonna tell y'all, since he had that and he broke that broke that little comedy out real quick, I'm gonna help you do right. There's an event planning company,
Right,
full service event planning company
full
that can take
service.
care of all of your event planning needs, whether it's corporate, personal, birthday parties, or whatever you celebrate. Let them know who it is, good brother. Look, check it out. Let's get that stress off your plate. All right? Got that big event coming up, and you don't want to have to do all the work. I got a company for you, full service event company that's going to take care of all of your event planning needs. That's www.fncevents.com. A full service event planning company. Take all the stress off your head, kick back and enjoy the party. Once again, that's www.fncevents.com. Head on over there, get that party booked, and get it done. Back to the show.
Front and center events.
Absolutely, frontcenterevents.com. Yeah, man. But yeah, that's one of the things that we like to focus on, man. Especially with just not just the kids. I mean, I know we talk about our personal lives in terms of how we kind of govern and be in our own households and stuff like that.
Right.
I think the older I get, the less, and you said this before, the less expectations that I have for certain situations.
Right.
It's not that I don't want to see better, but I just understand that the world ain't going to always line up exactly how I want it to look. It's just not.
Mm-hmm.
So, I do my part and I say the things that I say, and I have to kind of look at it as that's my charge. You know what I'm saying?
But let me
doing
tell you
right is
what
a big deal.
what I noticed about that though, when I said I don't have really many expectations for people and certain things, I did learn this though, where I was I had to switch up my mind frame on it. You don't have to have expectations to have a standard though.
No doubt.
So what I realized is when I was saying that, I was overexerting myself with a lot of things. It's still a standard that you gotta have. So you may not expect certain things from a person, but it's a standard that a person should have. You know what I mean? However, I learned this. If a person just not doing something you want them to do or acting the same, you have a choice. You either gonna deal with them or not. Even if you feel like it's pretty effed up at times that they're not meeting that standard, you still have a choice to deal with it or not. But my point is, and point being, just like you have a standard and you're not doing it, you have a standard of certain things and you're going to do what you need to do. So I say that by saying like this. Everybody should feel celebrated. And if you're not where you're celebrated, then go where you are. Doesn't mean you have to do anything that's detrimental or hurting people and involved in a chance. But at the end of the day, if you expecting something from another person to do this and they're not doing it,
Right.
it's always somebody or something that will do that. And a lot of times people have these type of frustrations and understanding. Some of them in relationships, some of them in jobs. Everything is a relationship, but at jobs, you know, you how you say it all the time, man. People just don't feel appreciated at work. Okay, well, go look somewhere else for somebody to appreciate you. Go find another job to appreciate you. You know what I mean? But just be happy and stick to what decisions that you make, and take accountability for them and live for them, live with them. A lot of people have these issues. It's real life shit. We're gonna sit here and we're gonna look at it. We're gonna think about it. I'm gonna use something for example. It's real life shit. I remember one time it was an interview with Will Smith. He said Jada used to be unhappy a lot, and he was trying to make her happy and this and things and this and that. And he turned around and made the statement. It was like, you know what? I'm done trying to make you happy, this and that. You know, and I think she said, you know, our happiness depends on us. It's not him or he said it, whatever. Fast forward years later, she used August Alsina to make her happy. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but that's just the truth of what happened.
Right. I was getting ready to say, you don't only tell them what happened.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that everything, because every time a person speaks the way I'm speaking right now, the first thing they're thinking about is something in a relationship's not working, so a person wants to cheat. No, I just said we have a relationship. I spoke on this before and said we have a relationship with everything. When you go to the to Primo's, Jersey Mike's, or wherever your local sub shop and you order your food,
right?
And you say you don't want no onions, or you want turkey, cheese, lettuce, tomatoes, probably little onions with mustard, and they give you mayonnaise. That ain't your sandwich.
Disappointed.
Yeah, that ain't your sandwich.
You're absolutely right.
That ain't yours. So
absolutely right.
So, but here's the thing. They expect you to pay. You paying your money. So you expect them to give you what you asked for.
Absolutely.
Right? So let's think about
100%.
So let's think about the people at the job who not doing right.
Okay.
But you still expect them to pay you. But you're not doing what they're asking you for.
I'm with you.
You understand what I'm saying?
Totally.
So it's like I was at a particular place the other day. I'm not going to say the name because we're not here to bash restaurants or anything of that nature. So I was at a particular place. Me and my wife and my youngest daughter, and we get there, and we go to order some food, and then they was making it a different way. So my wife said, "When y'all start doing it that way?" And they say it's always been like this. And she was like, "Nah, it's not always like that, but okay, I'll take it." I was like, "You don't want the other one? You don't want the bigger one?" "Nah, it's all right. Let's go." I said, "I don't want nothing."
Yeah.
Then they walked off and they started speaking in a different language. And then my wife said, "Well, it's obviously they talk about it because they would have just said it in English, right?" And I said, "Look." Then I was like, "When I don't want nothing," my wife said, "You being ridiculous." I said, "Babe, I'm not being ridiculous. Really think about it. It's not nothing wrong with the food. Once a person says they try to start playing on my intelligence, I'm good." So I said, "You know what? I'm gonna calm down." Little misunderstanding. My wife passed out upstairs, so I'm standing there. They make the food. I'm standing there. Nobody ever said, "Can I help you?" or "We'll be right with you." So then I just looked at it. I said, "Yeah, nah, fuck that. I really don't want nothing."
Mm-hmm.
Walked off. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was in a mall one day. I was in a particular clothing store, and they had the dressing room closed. However, the store still had like a whole another hour before it was open. I had one eye. I said, I can't try. I said, y'all got the dressing room closed? She said, yeah. So my wife like, yeah, he can't try on his one. But they was like, nah. So I just hung it on the rack. I said, babe, I don't want nothing because yeah, you closed the dressing room. However, y'all still open for an hour. Y'all losing money because now I don't want anything. I ain't got 30 things in my hand. I got one thing. And I understand if you can't open it up. But it was no like, oh nah, we closed early, I apologize or anything of that nature. You know what I mean? The hours for the dressing room is this time. No, nah, it's just the way they did it. Nah, I'm good. Good.
I don't blame you.
That's how I am. But at the same time, you want me to pay. Now, if I bought this, it don't fit, and now your return policy ain't strong. Like, now you bought. No, bitch, you ain't let me try it on. You ain't gonna let me leave, take it home, try it on, and then bring it back to you. You're not gonna let that happen. So I just don't understand. Like, all that to me falls under do right, man.
It do. It does. I mean, yeah. It's because being selective on what's acceptable, what's cool, what you gonna do. All of those different things. You know, um, quote of the day that I had for today was by Oscar Wilde, and it was basically every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. Well, in between all of those different things, at some point or another, they had to both make a decision to do right.
Right.
They had to, right? Like in the sense of if you always have time to make that adjustment. You always have time to change it, see things from you know, from the right perspective. Which means that it comes down to one primary thing, and that's personal choice, right? You got some people that go in and out of certain situations, can't seem to stay on the straight and narrow, can't seem to, not be in, you know, uh, horrible positions. And it's not because of everybody's in a tough position, is it because they're doing things wrong? But the ones that I'm talking about in that particular situation who consistently challenge, doing right, they after a while become desensitized to that, right? So doing right isn't even something that they're really concerned with. That's where, in my opinion, some of the thoughts came from. Where you hear people say, "I'm gonna do me. I'm just doing me."
Right.
Well, doing me don't necessarily mean, Sometimes people be like, "Well, what doing me mean? I'm gonna do right by me."
Right.
And you kind of scratch your head and say to yourself that you didn't always do that. Like,
Right.
when did
Right.
that? Oh, that wasn't something you was doing before. So now you're angry because you went to do something for yourself or whatever transpired that make you quote unquote click into this concept of I'm gonna do me.
Right.
But just do right. If you do right, things for you and things for others can work out in a very positive way.
Right.
But
And with
it's something that comes into that.
and with that, basically what it is, even when a person like that's why I said everything doesn't require an announcement because the act of perception is so strong that a person could say, you know what, I'm gonna do right by me, and you could be saying that to a person, and they gonna think that you mean it in a negative light. Like now you're gonna be disrespectful or do something to them, and that's not what it means. If I'm saying I'm gonna do right by me, and I know my happiness depends on me, I'm gonna do right and stop worrying about receiving something or doing something that I expect from you. Even though I
Right.
have a standard of things that I'm looking for,
Right.
I just know that's not where you are with it. So
Nope.
instead of me being stressed out and worried about you not doing what I need you to do, I'm going to put my focus on and do right by myself. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because
Yeah.
again, like I tell people all the time, you know, distractions can be caused by you doing something that you think you're doing right about, and distractions could really be being caused. Meaning that it's like everybody has the same 24 hours in a day. You could go help somebody, but at that time you was helping somebody else. Really, your purpose was for you to be doing something to sharpen your own skill for yourself. And now you're coming up short for yourself. It's just like Tyler Perry said one time, when people always say, he said, it's a person, in so many words he was saying, he said this, he don't understand why black people always believe that they have to stop their dreams or put their dreams on hold, right? When they have a child. Right? Now, I understood what he was saying. And some people say, oh, that's selfish. You got a kid, it's all about them now. No. It's all about God. And it's all about what his purpose is for you. And what I mean by that is this.
Right.
You can't say, I stopped my dreams and I put all my dreams on hold because I have kids. But then turn around and pray and say, well, God, if it's your will, let it be your way. What's for me is for me. And then not follow the path that he lay because you got a son or a daughter. Because guess what? The kid was a part of your life. So is your plan, the plan that he has for you. So it's all going to work.
Right.
When you're in purpose, it all works.
That's right.
And that's the real definition of doing right. But guess what? You felt like I became the best parent in the world, right? I became the best parent in the world and did my best as a parent. But because you put your purpose on hold, may actually reflect against the kid.
Yeah.
You might have been it might have been something that was going to put you in a better financial state, correct? But now because now you can't financially take care of them the way it is, right? Or because the simple fact. Hold on, let me do this because I see what the hell is going on here. Hold on, let me see something. Let me do this, and then now also not just because the financial state put you in a better financial state. Also, you now walking around with an attitude because you feel like you missing out on things that you want to do. See, all our dreams, even though in life they'll tell us that dreams will be fulfilled, and God will fulfill your dreams, however, it's never going to outshine his true purpose for you.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
No doubt.
Like,
yeah,
his true purpose for you is for you to understand certain things. Even though it's sadly mistaken, it's like everything that's for us is written. So, and when you fall in purpose, like I said, everything falls in line. So what I mean by you now not following your dream or following your situation, you have an attitude and you might resent your child and physically don't even know it. But when you fall in line with purpose and the things that you're supposed to do, like, bruh, you're retired, and the way you became retired was never a part of your plan.
Correct.
Right?
No
However, the happiest I ever seen in your life is when you were retired.
Yeah.
So that wasn't your plan.
It wasn't.
It wasn't your
was
plan.
not.
But it was your will. It was God's will.
Yeah.
It was the will for you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it paid dividends in so many different ways, man. And with that, I gotta lighten it up a little bit because I mean, not that it was too heavy, but you know how we do, bro, when we start dissecting the situation and unpacking. But I wanted to kind of get into these questions, man. Wanted to, since we always do right, and we're gonna keep on doing right and giving the people what they want. So we're gonna deal with a little bit of would you rather this week. Right. You know what I mean? Just letting you know that's what we setting it up for. Would you rather?
Welcome to another week of Would You Rather. We want to know, would I rather do this, would I rather do that, and would I rather do that, and would I rather do this? So we're going to get to the show. Let's go.
Hey man, welcome to another week of Would You Rather, where I ask E a series of questions and eventually get answers. He's been doing pretty good, y'all. He's been doing pretty good, you know.
So you know what
Let's
that
get right
means.
into it. Right, you know what I
It's
mean? We're
time.
gonna see if he's gonna do right. We're gonna see if he's gonna do right.
See if
We're
we
gonna
do
see
right.
if he's gonna do right.
Right.
Would you rather lose the ability to lie or believe everything that you're told? Once again, would you rather lose the ability to lie or believe everything you're told?
I'd rather keep the ability to lie. And I'm going to tell you why.
So then you'd rather believe everything that you're told?
No, I'd rather keep the ability to lie. You just said whether I'd rather lose the ability to lie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or believe everything I'm told. I'll keep lying.
So then if you don't want to lose it, would you rather lose it? So I want you to understand what I'm saying. Would you rather lose the ability to lie? You're saying no, you'd rather keep that.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to lose it, you're keeping it, you don't want to lose it, which means that you rather believe everything you're told.
No, I don't. I'm saying it wrong. Or however you taking it wrong. I'm not. What I'm saying to you is, I'm never going to fucking believe everything I'm told. Let me just put it to you.
So then you'd rather, you know. I know you want to keep it. I get what you're saying. It's just the way that they wrote it, and the way that you're saying which one you'll keep. You'd rather keep the ability to lie,
Right.
but you're never going to believe everything that you're told anyway. I got you. That's your answer.
Yeah,
that's cool.
What I'm saying. Yeah.
That's cool. I'm with you.
Yeah,
Would you
I'm
rather
never gonna
lose?
believe. I'm never gonna believe everything a person tells me.
Nah,
People lie
and
to me
honestly,
all the time. And an infested mind, a fucked up mind, you ain't gonna good.
Well, and in all honesty, that answer that you gave is the only suitable answer, in my opinion, between the two options that's up there anyway. In my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You're not promoting being a liar, but in the same token, you being honest when saying, like, I'm never going to believe everything somebody says.
Right.
All right. Would you rather lose all of your money, all of the money you've earned this year, or lose all of the memories you've gained this year? If I need to say it again, because I kind of stumbled on it, let me give it to you. Would you rather lose all of the money you've earned this year or lose all of the memories you've gained this year?
And I'm gonna forget the memories anyway, man. I need this change.
All right. Would you rather know how? Oh no, I don't. I don't even play with them questions. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't remotely play with them.
Okay. Yeah, that must be. I just want to hear it. I'm not gonna answer it.
Would you rather know how you will die or when you will die? I don't.
Next question.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Yeah.
Would you rather ace a job interview at your dream job or go on a date with the hottest person you know? Now, in this, you know,
I do go on a date with the hottest person I know.
So in your case, you really.
I'm just acing the dream job. I'd go on a date with the hottest person. I'd sleep next to the hottest person I know.
Hey man, this is the
I'm
questions
not
that
worried
get
about.
materialized.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You know. Yeah, somebody was powder. I'm powderific. I'm so powderific. That's what they was when they was writing these questions, man. I'll tell you that now.
Would you rather know the world's secrets or live ignorantly forever?
Hold on.
Would you rather?
Wait till they finish laughing.
I got you.
You know, they
got
won't.
you.
I need y'all to shut up. All right, there it is.
I got you. Would you rather know the world's secrets or live ignorantly forever?
I love finding out the world's secrets, and I think some people would like to live ignorant forever. And you're talking about the definition of ignorant, the act of not knowing.
No doubt.
Because what that does to them sometimes, it makes them feel a little bit more comfortable. You know what I mean? But I feel like what you don't know will hurt you. And when I know certain secrets, it doesn't really change the way I think, because I've been conditioned in a lot of things thus far that God knows that I can handle. He'll let me see. So if I learn the world's secrets, it was meant for me to know.
Got you. All right. Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life?
Rewind.
Okay. Okay. All right. This one. Okay, but I'm gonna ask you because I gotta know what E's. I got two of them back to back. That I'm gonna ask. I need to get E's answers. Would you rather live in a real haunted house or in the middle of a desert?
Put me in the house with the ghost, man. It's too hot. Too hot for that motherfucking desert shit, man. I'm looking over there thinking it's a mirage. Oh, they got a swimming pool. And I don't even swim, and I go over there. You know what I mean? Sand chips. Little camelbacks and Indians and shit. I mean, not Indians. Damn.
You
My bad.
rather just
Egyptians.
hanging in with the Casper?
Casper ain't, as long as Casper ain't fucking with me, I'm good. You ever see some of these ghosts on TV? They be thicker than a mug.
What you talking about, eh?
That bullshit.
Wait a minute, man. What's going on?
You ever seen a movie with a thick ghost?
Nah, man. Nah.
Trying
man.
to think of one. Nah, man.
All right, so let's do this.
Right.
Would you rather be the person who flips the switch during executions or be the judge who decides who should be executed?
Neither one. Neither one. Before I be that, I'd rather be the gavel that just get banged against the wall just when it's over. Like I don't want that type of power, bro.
Now these next are easy ones. Very easy. That's what they actually call them. But I just need to get the entertainment comes because they're super easy.
So you
Right.
think I'm gonna be
Would you rather be attacked by an insane murderer or be given $1 million every day for the rest of your life?
$1 million?
I'm in that long line.
Mm-hmm. That's your job. Stand in line.
That's it. Yeah. Would you rather get a paper cut every time you read a book or get a free pair of Jordans?
Free pair. You in the J's, man. Long as if they team Jordans though, you can cut my shit up, man. I ain't fucking with no team Jordans. Some bullshit.
Would you rather become an unknown superhero? Hold on, let me finish laughing. Would you rather become an unknown superhero or a famous average person in history books?
I'm already an unknown superhero.
Okay. Would you rather have your own robot or a private jet?
Private jet. Yeah, I get on the jet. I ain't got to pay none of the bills for it though, right?
If you own it, man, you gonna, jet fuel. You think regular gas station fuel is high?
If I ain't got to pay for the maintenance, I want the jet. Other than that, send Johnny 5 around this bitch, man. Now give me a robot. You know what I mean?
All right, let me give you like 2 more, man.
Nah, you know what, though? I can handle the maintenance. I get $1 million a day.
Oh, so you just gonna piggyback all your joints together, huh? You get $1 million a day.
Listen, I got new J's, $1 million a day, a jet. I sound like a coke dealer right there. Like
you live in a haunted house.
Live in a haunted house with thick ghosts.
And not gonna give up your ability to tell lies.
I'm still gonna be able to lie. Man, I sound like the. Oh, let me shut up. About to go too far and get it shut down.
About to go to. There it is. Man.
I sound like a government official.
Listen, would you rather have a pet skunk that sprayed you once a month or a pet porcupine that quilled you once a month?
Man, I'm not fucking with neither one of them, man. That's stupid. Who want to get stuck or sprayed? Man, that's some bull. Like, come on, P.
Would you rather have a daughter that have Hulk powers or a son with Beyonce's talent?
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on, man. It's daughter with Hulk powers, man. Daughter with Hulk powers. She's strong as hell. I ain't got to worry about nobody trying to fight her. She punched the shit out of them. She punched the shit. She break their whole jaw. Break their whole shit. I ain't worried about none of them.
All right, man. All right. Last one, man.
It's the bullshit. Here you go. Here you go. It's bullshit. I can tell.
I'm tears, man, because I know you. I know you. Would you rather get? Would you rather be? They said it wrong the way they wrote it up here. All right, let me clean it up one. Would you rather get trapped inside of a video game or have that video game come to life in the real world?
Type of shit is this, man? There you go. The video game just came up.
Nah,
Who that? Pug Booty.
nah,
Uh,
that's one of
that's
them devices.
that's the video game.
Yeah, okay. Well, what's your
Hmm.
answer, brother? Let me get it again. Would you rather get
I know
trapped
what the
inside a
question
video
is, man. I
game
ain't get. I don't
or
want to be
have that
trapped.
video game come to life in the real world?
It can come to. It can come to life in the real world. You know why?
Wow.
I'm only playing 2K and golf.
Yeah.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Take us on out of there, brother. Take us on out of there. Good job, brother. Good job. Survived another week.
That was another episode of Would You Rather, and P came with these rather crazy questions today. I got some free Jordans. Forgot every fucking thing that happened this year. Got $1 million a day, a new jet. I live in a haunted house with thick ghosts. Now 2K and the golf game is coming together. Let's get back to the show, which is the Porch Podcast, episode 81. Do right. Let's go.
Good job, brother. You did a great job on that, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. I just want y'all to know, man. This is we 81 episodes in. Clap that in. Clap that up, man. That's a big deal. Before we sign out, man, you know, we gonna have P make his point on do right, and we gonna let y'all know. But before he do that, like we gotta do this sometimes a little earlier to let y'all know. You can catch us on all your streaming sites: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Audible, Red Circle, Stitcher, Spotify. We're all over the place. Radio Public. And of course, you can catch our handsome faces at the Porch Podcast, DA Porch Podcast, on YouTube. Now, P, make your point. Because you do right.
So, like we covered in the episode, man, honestly speaking, got to remember that doing right isn't going to always come along with everybody being happy with your decisions. But like we touched on, you know, you got to do right by yourself in order to be able to do right by others. Understand that, you know, it leaves an impact on so many different things. When you put forth a little bit of extra effort, make sure that you're being accountable for yourself.
Right.
Understand if you want to elevate yourself in life, the basic foundation is built on the ability to be accountable and to do right.
Right.
So before you think about cutting a corner, you know what I mean, shortchanging yourself, shortchanging those around that you can impact in a positive way, how about you just do right?
And just remember this. You're not doing right for others. You're really not.
That's right.
You're doing right
That's
for
right.
you.
That's right. As we get ready to get up out of here, man, I just want to say each and every week we appreciate you guys. Like we say, please like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I wanted to share this with y'all before we got out of there. Me and my wife just recently started a channel that you guys, we would love for you guys to check out. It's Rainey's on the Rise.
Right.
And the channel is built on us pursuing our passions in life. You know what I mean? Trying to chase our dreams, goals, and aspirations. Trying to set a positive example for everybody that we can, you know, impact in a positive way. A lot of fun, you know what I mean? Focusing on just health, wellness, you know what I mean? And all the things that's going to just hopefully take us to the next level. So, you know, please check that out. Once again, it's Rainey's on the Rise. On
And
YouTube.
I just want to say this. These are two parents, married parents, with children. You heard what he said. They're going after their passions, their dreams, their aspirations. They didn't stop.
No doubt.
I just said that.
No doubt.
Excellent parents. You see what I'm saying? And when you
Appreciate you.
align and you do it and it's part of your purpose, nothing can stop it.
100% agree.
This has been the Porch Podcast, episode 81. Do right.
Yes, sir.
We see y'all next week.
Appreciate it, y'all. All right,
All
y'all.
right, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.